Do you think we're live right now?
I do. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Baldwin Senior High School for today's meet between the Baldwin Whitehall Fighting Highlanders and your Mount Lebanon Blue Devils.
Good evening and welcome to the Mount Lebanon Athletic Center and Auditorium. Tonight, the Mount Lebanon Swimming Boys and Girls Blue Devils host the Baldwin Highlanders. All right, up first tonight is the girls' 200 individual medley relay. Baldwin will be swinging lanes 1, 2, and 3. Mount Lebanon in lanes 6, 7, and 8. 4 and 5 will be empty. Backstrokers are in the water, and we're ready for the first event tonight. In the water first for Mount Lebanon, lane 6, it's Hannah Morelli. Lane 7, Ellie Reinhardt. And lane 8, Natalie Cox. And out quick and early, it's Hannah in lane 6 with the lead. Ellie is second. Natalie turns third. The three Baldwin teams are 4th, 5th, and 6th. Second swimmers on the block for Mount Lebanon. In lane 6, it's Marley Reese. In lane 7, it's Meredith Reese. And in lane 8, it's Olivia Yaremko. Mount Lebanon's first legs all touch 1, 2, and 3. About second and a half ahead of the Baldwin team in lane 3. And that looks like that will be the race tonight. It'll be for 3rd and 4th place. Mount Lebanon squad in 6 out to about a full body length lead, maybe a body length and a half over the team in 7. Third swimmers up. In lane 6, it's Adrian Higgins. Lane 7, Maddie Snyder. In lane 8, Kate Mooney. And after the first 2 legs, Mount Lebanon still 1, 2, and 3. Fourth swimmers now on the block. In lane 6, it's Vivian Roy. Lane 7, Mary Hoffman. In lane 8, Lana Rice. And Mount Lebanon still solidly in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. All the last swimmers from Mount Lebanon now in the water. Baldwin swimmer in lane 3 just went in. And we're coming to the end here. It's Vivian Roy in lane 6. She's going to touch winning time 1:52.72. Next, it's Mary Hoffman in 7. Their time 1:59.61. Lana Rice finishes up in lane 8, 2:03.82. Baldwin team in lane 3 is going to touch 4th. Their time 2:12.31. Baldwin's team in lane 2 will finish next. Their time 2:25.37. And we got one team left to finish up in lane 1. About halfway down on their last lap. They finish up 2:48.95. The next event is the girls 200-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 for Baldwin, Keegan Rowland. Lane 2, Allison Schrader. In lane 3, Cameron Lockie. In lane 6 for Mount Lebanon, Zoe Riebel. Lane 7 for Mount Lebanon, Grace Heim. In lane 8 for Mount Lebanon, Chloe Spicola. An all-seniors event for Mount Lebanon here in the 200 free. Eight laps of the pool freestyle. The girls are in the water. And at the first turn, it's Mount Lebanon, Zoe Riebel out first. We're coming up to the first 50 here. Zoe's going to be your early leader. She's out 28-4. Gracie and Chloe turn second and third, just ahead of the Baldwins. Cameron Loki in lane 4. Zoe's with a comfortable lead as she approaches the 100 turn. Races for second, third, and fourth. Mount Lebanon's Gracie Heim and Chloe Spicula currently sitting second and third, just ahead of the Baldwin swimmer in lane 3. Zoe out a minute .16. She looks like she's swimming a very comfortable, easy race here at this point. About a 3 body length lead at the 125. Gracie Heim moving a little further ahead of teammate Chloe Spicula for second. Chloe is still in third, ahead of the Baldwin swimmer in lane 3. We're on to the last 50 now. Zoe was out 1:32.58. She makes her final turn. She's headed for home. Mount Lebanon boys team making some noise here as we finish up the girls 200 freestyle. Zoe's going to touch the wall first. 2:04.48. Gracie Heim's going to finish second. 2:11.92. Chloe Spicula third. 2:16.06. Baldwin's Cameron Lukey fourth. 2:21.57. Last two Baldwin swimmers finishing up in lanes 1 and 2. And finishing fifth, it's going to be Allison Schroeder from Baldwin. She's going to finish 2:39.80. And Keegan Rowan, 2:42.10. The girls' 200 individual medley is next. It's event 5, swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, Cassidy Rowland. In lane 2, Leela Yursanovic. And in lane 3, Nikki Costco. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Marley Reese. In lane 7, Ashley Barnett. And in lane 8, Ellie Reinhardt. This is the girls' 200 individual medley. 2 laps of the pool, fly back, breast and free. Off the start, all 3 Mount Lebanon swimmers out quick and early. It's going to be Marley Reese down the pool first. Ashley and Marley in lanes 6 and 7, neck and neck as we come to the fly to back transition. And it's Ashley Barnett touching just ahead of Marley, 29.86. Backstroke leg now. All 3 Mount Lebanon swimmers out 1, 2, and 3 again. And at the 25 turn on the back, Ashley continues to lead. Teammate Marley and Ellie. And we're approaching the back to breast transition now. And touching first, it's going to be Ashley Barnett, 107.02, just ahead of Marley Reese and Ellie Reinhardt. Good race right now between Ashley and Marley, first and second. Ashley continues to lead as we get to the halfway point of the breaststroke. About 15 feet to go. Ashley's still just slightly ahead of her teammate, but it's really tightened up. And at the wall, Ashley touches the 151, 46.86. About 0.6 of a second ahead of Marley. They're on to the freestyle. Ellie's turning third. She's comfortably in third. And we're halfway done. The leaders are halfway done with the 50 free. Strong turn by Marley Reese. Looks like she pulled ahead of Ashley on that turn, and they're going to finish up. And at the wall, it's going to be Marley Reese touching first, 2:20.07. Ashley Barnett, 2:29.0. Ellie Reinhardt finishes third, 2:28.43. That's Baldwin's Nikki Costco in lane 3, about 20 feet out. She's going to touch the wall here, 2:50.53. Leela and Cassidy still to finish up. They're now on their last lap. And Leela touches 3:11.16. Cassidy 3:18.15. We go to event 7, the girls 50 freestyle. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, Gillian Geyer. Lane 2, Leah Revo. And lane 3, Ava Russin. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Vivian Roy. Lane 7, Hannah Morelli. And lane 8, Mary Hoffman. Girls 50 freestyle. Off the start, looked like Vivian Roy with a slight lead over her two teammates. And we're at the turn, and she is going to turn just ahead of Hannah and Mary. We're coming up to the finish. At the flags, it looks like Vivian just ahead of Hannah and Mary, and at the wall, Vivian Roy 25.73. Mary Hoffman second, 26.43. Hannah Morelli, 26.48. Finishing fourth for Baldwin, Ava Russin, 28.03. Fifth, Leah Revo, 28.86. And sixth, Gillian Geyer, 33.85. We go to event 11, the girls 100-yard butterfly. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, Alana Creature. Lane 2, Olivia Lose. And lane 3, Paige Smagali. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Adrian Higgins. Lane 7, Madeline Snyder. And lane 8, Kate Mooney. Girls 100 fly, 4 laps of the pool butterfly. And girls are in the water. Solid start by Adrian in lane 6. Gives her a quick early lead. Followed by Maddie Snyder and Kate Mooney. Adrian's going to be out in a very solid 28.4. Race for second right now between Maddie and Kate. Both swimmers under 33. Baldwin's Paige Smagalo turned fourth. Olivia Lose fifth. Alana Creature sixth. Adrian's at the three-quarter point. She turns and heads for home. Maddie Snyder pulls just ahead of Kate Mooney on the third lap. And we're coming up to the finish here. Adrian's going to touch the wall. Minute point 30. Maddie Snyder's going to finish second. She's just inside the flags. She touches 1:10.55. Kate Mooney third, 1:12.38. Paige finishes for Baldwin, 1:18.47. Olivia's going to finish fifth, 1:25.62. And Alana sixth, 1:33.23. All right, that's the end of the girls' first half of the meet. We're going to transition, bring the boys down, send the girls up to the stands, and we'll be back shortly with the boys' 200 medley relay. Again, Baldwin will be swimming in lanes 1, 2, and 3, Mount Lebanon 6, 7, and 8, with the middle lanes empty. All right, the boys are coming on deck. Format will be the same. The boys will swim the 200 medley relay, then the 200 free, 200 individual medley, the 50 free, and the 100 fly. We'll go over the teams for the 200 medley relay. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 3, it's going to be Stokes, Weber, and Erminus. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Matthew Klepchik, Christian Connell, Gabe White, and Ken Lee. Swimming in lane 7, Andrew Murray, Caspin Riebel, Constantine Matros, and Bill Stilley. And in 8, Everett Mead, Michael Famoso, Ethan Fuson, and Weston Chung. Relays are getting lined up. Will be started momentarily. There's the whistle. The boys are getting in the water. Medley relay back. Breast, fly, and free. Boys are off. Strong start by Baldwin's Dylan Strokes in lane 3 gives them a quick early lead. And they'll turn just ahead of Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6. That's Matthew Klepchik. And as we come up to the finish of the backstroke leg of the medley relay, and Baldwin's touch first, 26.96, about a little more than a second ahead of Mount Lebanon's team in 6. In the water now for Mount Lebanon, that is Christian Connell in 2, Caspian Rebel in 7, and Michael Formoso in 8. That's lane 6, not lane 2. And we finish up the breaststroke leg, and it looks like Baldwin continues to maintain a slight lead. Butterflyers up next, Gabe White, Konstantin Maestroch, and Ethan Fuson. Mount Lebanon continues to trail here. About a half second back now. Final swimmers are on the block. Mount Lebanon, it's Ken Lee in 6, Billy Stilley in 7, and Weston Chung in 8. Mount Lebanon about a second and a half again behind after the first 3 legs. Can they close it on the free? At the turn, they were still trailing. And as we approach the flags, it's going to be Baldwin touching first, 1:47.47. Mount Lebanon second, 1:48.01. Mount Lebanon third in lane 7, 1:51.56. And Weston's got to finish up in lane 8 here. They finish up lane 8, 2:09.67. Boys 200 freestyles next. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 2, Philip Pegger, and in lane 3, Evan Stokes. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Andrew Klepchik. In lane 7, Andrew Capetta, and in lane 8, Jacob Burton. Boys are off. 8 laps of the pool freestyle. And at the 25, it looks like the 2 Andrews turn almost neck and neck. We're down now about 50 yards through the 200. Your leader at the first turn is going to be Andrew Klepchik. He's out 25-2, followed closely by Andrew Capetta and Jacob Burton. '75, Andrew Klepchik now about a half body length lead over teammate Andrew Capetta. Those two will begin to pull away from the field here a little bit as we're at the 100 point. They're out in Andrew Klepchik 53.24. Jacob Burton turns third. Evan Stokes fourth. Philip Pegger fifth. We're at the 150, and it's the 2 Andrews leading. Andrew Klepchik's led the whole way. He's out 1:22.16, about 0.6 of a second ahead of his teammate. Jacob Burton turns third, 1:30.11. .25 to go now, Andrew Klepchik. He's been your leader. He's going to touch first. 1:50.12. Andrew Capetta next. Second, 1:50.92. Jacob Burton's going to finish third. 2 minutes, .57. Evan Stokes is going to finish for Baldwin in fourth. 2:16.92. Philip Beggar, 2:22.55. The next event is event 6. It's the boys 200-yard individual medley. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 2, Andrew Barrett, and in lane 3, Nolan Ermias. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Chase Dustovich. In lane 7, Christian Connell, and in lane 8, Bill Stilley. Okay, swimmers are on their block, and we're ready. 200-yard individual medley, fly back, breast and free. And off the start, that's Chase Dustovich, first down the pole. He'll turn at the 25. We're at the finish in the 50 fly, headed to the backstroke. Chase Dustovich touches first, 26.36. Bill Stilley second, Christian Connell third. Nolan Ermias fourth, and Andrew Barrett fifth. We're on the backstroke now. Chase Dustovich is your leader. He's about 15 feet ahead of the other swimmers. Billy Stilley turns second at the halfway point of the backstroke leg. Christian third. Chase is approaching the back to breast transition. He touches 58.81. Bill Stilley turns second. Christian third. Mount Lebanon 1, 2, and 3 at the halfway point of the boys 200 individual medley. Chase Dustovich turns at the shallow end. He's on his second lap of the breast. Billy and Christian closing the gap for second. As we go to the freestyle, Chase Dustovich, your leader, 1:38.53. And Christian pulls just ahead of Bill as we go to the freestyle. Chase turns. He's headed for home on the freestyle. Followed by Billy and Christian. And at the flags, your leader, it's Chase Dustovich. He's going to finish 2:08.85. Finishing second, it's Bill Stilley, 2:15.18. Christian Connell third, 2:17.09. Baldwin swimmers are finishing up here. Evan Stokes in lane 3, about halfway down on his last lap. He's going to finish, or that's Nolan, I'm sorry, 2:34.99. And Andrew Barrett, he's on his final lap. Andrew finishes 2:55.26. We go to event 8, the boys 50 freestyle. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 2, Dylan Lubaski. In lane 3, Dylan Stokes. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Connor Frank. In lane 7, Ken Lee. And in lane 8, Konstantin Matros. 2 laps of the pool freestyle. Boys are off on the 50 freestyle. Tight race as we go down the pool at the turn. It looks like turning first. It looked like it was Connor Frank in lane 6, just ahead of Dylan Stokes in lane 3. It's a finish to the wall. And at the wall, it's going to be Baldwin's Dylan Stokes, 22.83, just ahead of Mount Lebanon's Connor Frank, 23.14. Finishing third is Constantine Matros, 24.26. Ken Lee was fourth, 24.70. And Dylan Lerbasky, fifth, 27.26. The next event is event 12, the boys 100 butterfly. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 3 is Ken Weber. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Andre Turtadescu. Lane 7, Gabe White. And lane 8, Ryan Frank. Waiting on the officials here before the boys 100 fly. It's event 12. 4 laps of the pool butterfly. There's the whistle. The swimmers are on the block and we're ready to go. Boys are off. And in lane 6 off the start, that was Andre. He's down the pool first, just ahead of Baldwin's Kevin Weber and Ryan Frank. Race right now looks to be for second. Andre is out strong on his first 50, 25.32. Baldwin's Kevin Weber turns second. Gabe White from Mount Lebanon third, and Ryan Frank fourth. The race is definitely for second, third, and fourth. Those swimmers less than a second separated at the 50. Andre's on his last lap as he heads back to the start end of the pool. And Andre is going to finish touch first. 55.14. Real solid swim. And at the wall, finishing second, it's going to be Gabe White, 101.44. Ryan Frank finishes third, 102.02. And Baldwin's Kevin Weber fourth, 102.60. Both Gabe and Ryan passed Kevin on that last lap. All right, we're now going to have about a 10-minute break before we come back with the girls' events. We'll be coming back with event 13, the girls' 100-yard freestyle. Okay. Mount Lebanon's finishing up their warm-up period, and we're going to be getting started here. Be the girls' 100-yard freestyle will be the first event. As soon as the pool's cleared and the warm-up's completed. Okay, Mount Lebanon's finishing up. We're going to go through the swimmers for the girls 100 freestyle. In lane 1 for Baldwin, Maddie Hauser. In lane 2, Anna Abakassi. And in lane 3, Leah Revo. Swimming for Mount Lebanon, in lane 6, it'll be Mary Hoffman. In lane 7, Lana Rice. And in lane 8, Amelia Neems. Girls are getting behind the blocks. We'll be starting the girls 100 freestyle momentarily.
Our next event, girls 100-yard freestyle.
There's the whistle, and the girls are on the blocks. And they're in the water. Looked like off the start, looked like Lana Rice might have been first off the blocks. And she is going to get to the wall just ahead of Mary Hoffman and Baldwin's Leah Revo. We're approaching the flags at the 50 turn. And it's a tight race right now. Mary, Lana, and Leah from Baldwin. They turn 1, 2, 3. Fourth is Amelia. Fifth is going to be Anna, and sixth, Maddie. And at the 75 turn, Mary Hoffman's pulled ahead of Lana Rice. She's your leader off the wall. Leah Revo third, Amelia fourth. And Mary Hoffman's coming to the wall. She's going to win the girls 100 free, 57.24. Lana Rice is second, minute .37. And at the wall, finishing third, it's Leah Revo, 104.61, just ahead, and she just ahead of Amelia Neems, 104.84. Anna Abatishi finishes fifth, 116.94. Maddie Hauser finishing up. She's on her last leg. Maddie touches the wall, 141.76. Next event is the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, Kelsey Lose. Lane 2, Alana Creature. And lane 3, Ava Russin. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Natalie Cox. Lane 7, Rebecca Jozuak. And lane 8, Julia Chung. This is 20 laps of the pool freestyle. It'll be a single lap event. Girls are in the water for the 500 freestyle.
Baldwin, lane 1. Kelsey Lowe, lane 2. Elena Kircher.
All 6 swimmers now down the pool making their first turn.
Lane 6, Natalie Cox. Lane 7, Rebecca Joseph. Lane 8, Julia Chung.
And it's going to be Natalie Cox, your leader at the 50. She's out 32:01, about a half second ahead of the field. We're approaching the first 100 turn. It's going to be your leader in lane 6, Natalie Cox. She's going to turn first, 107.56, just ahead of Rebecca Joswiak, 108.26. Ava Russin turned third, 109.51. Fourth was Julia Chung, 113.55, just ahead of Baldwin's Alana Creature, 113.99. And followed by Kelsey Lose, 116.98. At the 150, it's still Natalie Cox, followed closely by Rebecca Joswiak. And we're approaching the 200 turn. Your leader in lane 6, Natalie Cox, about 3/4 of a body length ahead of Rebecca Joswiak. Natalie's going to turn at the 200, 2:19.06. Rebecca, 2:20.33. Baldwin's Ava Russin turns third, 2:25.61. Close race here for fourth between Mount Lebanon's Julia Chung and Baldwin's Alana Creature. Julia turns 2:34.20. Just ahead of Alana, 2:34.24. And Kelsey in lane 1, she turns the 200, 2:46.82. Natalie's at about the halfway point. Her and Rebecca turn now. Both just under pace to get under 6 minutes here for the 500. Baldwin's Ava Russin just turned. She's on her back half now. And the race still for fourth right now between Julia Chung from Mount Lebanon in lane 8 and Baldwin's Alana Creature in lane 2. Natalie's at the 300 turn. She's out 3:30.62. Rebecca 3:32.54. Ava will turn at 300 in 3:41.04. Julia turns next, 3:55.65, followed closely by Alana, 3:55.72. Natalie's at the 350. Followed by Rebecca. Kelsey up in lane 1 just finished her 300. She's out at 4:17.14. As the swimmers approach 100 to go, it's Natalie Cox, your leader. She's now more than a body length out ahead. She turns 4:42.78. Rebecca turns next, 4:45.85. Ava's going to turn third, 4:57.78. And really the only contested race here still is for fourth place. Mount Lebanon's Julia Chung in 8 and Baldwin's Alana Creature in lane 2. And with 100 to go, it looks like Alana's pulled slightly ahead of Julia. She turns 5:16.36, just ahead of Julia's 5:17.27. That whistle signified Natalie turned on her last 50. She continues to lead now, maintaining that body length plus lead, and she's flipping 25 to go. Rebecca joins her on that last lap of the pool. Natalie now at the flags, and she's going to finish first. Winning time of 5:53.49. Rebecca second, 5:56.27. Baldwin's Ava Russin is going to finish third. She's now at the flags. She'll touch the wall in 6:11.16. With 25 left, Alana Creature's pulled ahead of Julia for fourth. She's going to get to the wall next in a time of 6:32.65. Julia touches fifth. No time was recorded. It was about a 6:39. She just hit the pad and recorded at 6:42, but that was probably her foot. Baldwin's Kelsey Lose now just turning with 25 to go. And Kelsey touches 7:17.38. Girls will have a couple minutes to warm down before we go to the girls 200 freestyle relay. We'll give you the teams now. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1 with a team of Rigby, Osanovic, Creature, and Lose. Swimming in lane 2, Lose, Geyer, Rowland, and Abatisi. And in lane 3, Loki, Revo, Smagolo, and Russin. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in 6, Rebel, Reese, Rice, and Higgins. Lane 7, Spakula, Neems, Mooney, and Heim. And in lane 8, Stoudemire, Jozuak, Chung, and Thomas. It's a tough double for both Rebecca Jozuak and Julia Chung. They just finished the 500. Now have to get up and do 50 part of the 200 free relay. First swimmers are in the water. Lane 6, that's Rebel for Mount Lebanon. Lane 7, Spakula. Lane 8, Stoudemire. Second swimmers on the block. In lane 6, it's Reese. Lane 7, Neems. And in lane 8, Jozuak. Mount Lebanon's off first, second, and third after the first legs. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6 out in a 26-17. Race appears to be for third. See if the Baldwin team in lane 3 can catch one of the Mount Lebanon teams in 7 or 8. Third swimmer's on the block now. In lane 6, it's Rice. Lane 7, Mooney. Lane 8, Chung. And at the halfway point, Mount Lebanon still 1, 2, and 3 in the girls' 200 freestyle relay. Fourth swimmer's on the block for Mount Lebanon. In 6, it's Higgins. Lane 7, Heim. And in lane 8, Thomas. Mount Lebanon after 3 legs, 1:19.28 in lane 6. And the 3 Mount Lebanon teams are comfortably in first, second, and third. That's Adrian Higgins. She's turned first at the shallow end. She'll finish up. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6 is going to win the 200 freestyle relay. Their winning time, 1:45.67. Mount Lebanon in lane 7 will finish second. 152.54. Team in lane 8 finishes third. 156.08. Baldwin's team in lane 3, fourth. 159.08. Team in lane 1 will finish fifth. 2:08.67. And the team in lane 2 will finish sixth. 2:18.57. Event 19 is next. It's the girls' 100-yard backstroke. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, Daniela Rigby. Lane 2, Allison Schrader. And lane 3, Nikki Costco. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Hannah Morelli. Lane 7, Vivian Roy. And in lane 8, Ellie Reinhardt. Backstrokers are off.
Swimming for Baldwin, lane 1, Daniela Rigby. Lane 2,
And off the start, it looked like Vivian might have had a slight lead over Hannah. It was really close off the start, but at the first turn, it looks like Hannah's feet gets there first. Hannah and Vivian out ahead of the field. Ellie Reinhardt in third as we approach the 50 turn. And the leader at the 50 is going to be Hannah Morelli, 29 even, just ahead of Vivian Roy, 29-25. Ellie turned third. The race definitely in for first and second in the lanes 6 and 7. 75, it looks like Hannah continues to lead just ahead of Vivian. Those two are now approaching the flags, and we'll come to the wall here in the 100 back. Touching first, Hannah Morelli, 59.87. Vivian Roy second, minute point 17. Ellie Reinhardt, 1:04.30. 1, 2, and 3 for Mount Lebanon. Finishing fourth, it's Nikki Costco for Baldwin, 1:14.79. Fifth will be Allison Schrader. She's inside the flags and she'll touch the wall, 1:25.62. Daniela Rigby finishing up just outside of the flags here, and she touches the wall, 1:39.54. Event 21, girls 100 breaststroke. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, Ava Apolito. Lane 2, Paige Magallo. And lane 3, Cameron Lukey. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Marley Reese. Lane 7, Ashley Barnett. And lane 8, Olivia Yaremko. Breaststrokers are in the water.
swimming for Baldwin, lane 1, Ava Apolito. Lane 2,
And off the start, all three Mountain Lebanon swimmers look to be in a dead heat from here. We'll see at the wall. It looks like it might be getting there first. Ashley Barnett just ahead of Marley and Olivia. At the 50, it looks like Ashley is going to continue to lead in lane 7, just ahead of Marley and Olivia. She turns first, 33.98. We're on the third lap of the breaststroke. And in lane 7, that's Ashley Barnett. She is your leader, just ahead of Marley Reese and Olivia Remco. Baldwin's Cameron Lukey in 4 is in fourth, followed by Paige Magallo and Ava Apolito. And we're at the wall at the 100. It's going to be Ashley Barnett touching first, 1:11:48. Marley Reese second, 1:12:65. Olivia Remco third, 1:15:49. Mount Lebanon 1, 2, and 3 again. Baldwin's Cameron Lukey, 1:23:79. She finishes fourth, ahead of teammate Paige Smogallo, 1:27:60. In fifth and in sixth, it's Ava Ippolito from Baldwin, 1:35:31. The last girls' event tonight is the 400 freestyle relay. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 1, the team of Roland, Rigby, Hauser, and Ippolito. In 2, Los, Yursanovic, Roland, and Geyer. And in lane 3, Los, Creature, Schrader, and Costco. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Riebel, Hoffman, Higgins, and Reese. In 7, Thomas, Stratemeyer, Chung, and Cox. And in 8, Spakula, Neems, Jozuak, and Heim. Girls 400 freestyle relay. Each swimmer will swim 4 laps of the pool freestyle. And then we'll switch and bring the guys down to finish up their portion of the swim meet tonight. First swimmers are on the block. First swimmers from Mount Lebanon in 6, it's Riebel, 7, Thomas, and in lane 8, Spakula. And off the start there, all 3 swimmers out 1, 2, and 3. At the 25, it's Zoe Riebel turning ahead of her teammates. Zoe's at the halfway point, followed closely by Emily and Chloe. Mount Lebanon's 3 teams well ahead of Baldwin's 3 teams here, even on the first leg of the 400 free. Second swimmers are now getting on the blocks. Lane 2, in lane 6, it's going to be Mary Hoffman. In lane 7, Kalina Stratemeyer, and in lane 8, Amelia Neems. Zoe led the girls off with a 58:31. Chloe was out 1:03:26, and Emily 1:05:34. That's Mary Hoffman. She's halfway through her 100 of the 400 free relay, but the race is for second and third between Mount Lebanon's teams in 7 and 8. In lane 7, that's Kalina Stratemeyer, and in lane 8, it's Amelia Neems right now. Third swimmers are getting on the blocks. In lane 6 from Mount Lebanon, it's Adrian Higgins. Lane 7, Julia Chung, and in lane 8, Rebecca Jozuak. Three Mount Lebanon teams comfortably in 1, 2, and 3. That's Adrian Higgins. She's halfway through her leg. Next is Julia and then Rebecca. That's where the race right now will be. It'll be for second and third in lanes 7 and 8. Rebecca trying to close in on her teammate, Julia. And 4 swimmers are starting on the blocks. In lane 6, that's Meredith Reese. Lane 7, Natalie Cox. And in lane 8, Gracie Heim. We'll see if Gracie can run down Natalie. She's got to make up about a second and a half. Meredith is turning. She's got 50 to go. And at the wall there, Mount Lebanon team in lane 8 has passed their team in 7, moved into second. But it's Meredith Reese finishing up here. She's going to touch the wall. Mount Lebanon wins the 400 free relay, 3:56.56. Their team in lane 8, excuse me, looks like they're going to finish second. 4:15.61. Team in lane 7 finishes third, 4:19.24. Baldwin's last swimmer in lane 3 is turning. They got 25 to go. Baldwin's team in lane 3 will finish up 4:43.70. The next Baldwin team to finish will be in lane 2. They're going to touch the wall here. 5:05.66. And one last team to finish up. That's in lane 1. That's Ava. Let me see that. Yeah, so that is Ava Ippolito. She just got out of the water on swimming 100 breaststroke. She's got 25 to go. And they'll finish up their time 5:46.20. All right, we'll switch the girls for the boys. And we'll be back starting with event 14. It's the boys 100 freestyle. Don't forget, too, following the boys swimming tonight, we still have the diving event. Boys are moving on to the deck now, and we'll be starting soon. Boys, event 14, the boys 100-yard freestyle. Lane assignments: in lane 2, Dylan Lebrasky. And in lane 3, Dylan Stokes. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in 6th, Andre Tardascu. Lane 7, Chase Dustovich. And in lane 8, Ethan Fuson. Just waiting for the boys to get behind the blocks before we start the boys 100-yard freestyle. All right, there's the whistle. The boys are on the blocks. We're ready to go. 4 laps of the pool freestyle. And they're in the water. Boys 100-yard freestyle. Solid start by Dylan Stokes for Baldwin in lane 3. He won the 50, and he's your early leader in the 100. He's followed by Andre and Chase in 6 and 7. At the 50 turn, it looks like it's Baldwin's Dylan Stokes. Slight lead out over Andre and Chase. No change at the 75. It's still Baldwin's Dylan Stokes, your leader. He's riding a really solid start. We're at the flags. Andre's closing a little bit. And at the wall, it's Dylan Stokes 50.07, just ahead of Andre Turdescu 50.72. Chase Testovich third, 52.69. Finishing fourth, it's Baldwin's Dylan Nerbaski, minute .69, and fifth, Mount Lebanon's Ethan Fuson, 104.78. Next event is the boys 500-yard freestyle, 20 laps of the pool freestyle. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 3, Nolan Ermias. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Jacob Burton. Lane 7, Andrew Capetta. And lane 8, Everett Mead. Boys are on the blocks, 20 laps of the pool freestyle. They're in the water. Your leader off the start, Andrew Capetta. He was out ahead, just ahead of Jacob Burton in 6 and Everett Mead in 7 and 8. At the 50, Andrew is out 26-26. Turning at the 100, that's Mount Lebanon's Andrew Capetto, 56.18, followed by Mount Lebanon's Jacob Burton, 59.03. Third, it's Baldwin's Nolan Ermias, 103.24. And he's followed closely by Mount Lebanon's Everett Mead, 104.52. That 150 turn, that's Andrew, followed by Jacob. Race is going to be here for third between Baldwin's Nolan Ermias and Mount Lebanon's Everett Mead. At the 150, Baldwin's Nolan about 0.2 of a second ahead of Everett. Turning at the 200, that's Andrew Capetta, 157.66. Jacob Burton next, 201.53. At the 200, Mount Lebanon's Everett Mead has moved ahead of Nolan Ermias. Everett turns 214.48. Nolan 217.04. We're now turning at the halfway point. That's Andrew, 228.81. Jacob, 232.62. Mount Lebanon's Everett Mead now turning at his halfway point of his 500, 249.46. And Baldwin's Nolan Ermias 2:54.58. At the 300, it's Mount Lebanon's Andrew Capetta 2:59.92, followed by Mount Lebanon's Jacob Burton 3:03.49. Everett Meade at 300, 3:24.69. And Nolan, 3:32.48. The leader, it's Andrew Capetta in lane 7. He's approaching the 400 mark. He's out 4:03.13. Jacobs next, 4:05.70. And we got 50 to go. Jacobs charging hard. He's going to turn just behind Andrew. Both swimmers on their last lap. Everett Meade turned his 400 in 4:34.48. Nolan 4:47.78. Andrew and Jacob are on their last laps. They're finishing up and getting to the wall first. It's going to be Andrew Capetta, 5:04.09. He's followed closely by Jacob Burton, 5:04.72. Everett Meade turns in the shallow end. He's on his last lap, while Baldwin's Nolan Ermias turned for his last 50. And Everett Meade's going to finish up here, touching the wall, 5:39.79. Nolan Ermias is on his last lap. He's got less than halfway to go. And he's going to touch the wall, getting under 6 minutes in 5:59.10. We go to the event 18, the boys 200-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 3 for Baldwin, the team of Stokes, Weber, Stokes, and Ermias. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Frank, Dustovich, Capetta, and Klepchik. In 7, Burton, Frank, Lee, and Matros. And in 8, Chung, Famoso, Fuson, and DeWitt. First swimmers are on the block. Each swimmer is going to swim 2 laps of the pool freestyle. Connor Frank, Jacob Burton, and Weston Chung are your first 3 swimmers from Mount Lebanon. But your leader in lane 3, that's Dylan Stokes for Baldwin. He won both the 50 and the 100 tonight. In the 50, he just out-touched Connor Frank. And he gets here just ahead of Connor again. Second swimmer's in the water now. Mount Lebanon in 6, it's Dustovich. In 7, it's Frank. And in lane 8, it's Famoso. Baldwin continues to lead in 3. About a little more than a half second ahead of Mount Lebanon after the first 50. Third swimmers are now on the block. In lane 6, it's Capetta. Lane 7, it's Lee. And in lane 8, it's Fuson. Baldwin continues to lead after the 100, 46-74, but their lead diminished a little bit. Fourth swimmer's on the block now. In lane 6, it's Klepchik. In lane 7, it's Matros. And in lane 8, it's DeWalt. Strong third swim for Mount Lebanon in 6, and they take the lead. 1:11.61. 3/100ths of a second separated the two teams. Andrew Klepchik turned first at the shallow end, and he's going to finish this up for Mount Lebanon. They're going to win 1:34.38. Baldwin's going to touch second, 1:38.66. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 7, 1:39.78. And finishing fourth, Mount Lebanon's team in lane 8, 1:54.43. Next event is the boys 100 backstroke. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 2, Philip Pegger, and in lane 3, Kevin Weber. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Andrew Murray. Lane 7, Matthew Klepchik, and lane 8, Gabe White. Officials are conferring behind the blocks. Swimmers are ready to go. We're just waiting on the officials. There's the whistle. The swimmers are getting in the water. 100 backstroke. Backstrokers are off. And off the start, it looks like that's Matthew Klepchik in 7 with a slight lead over Andrew Murray in 6. And they turn 1-2 at the 25. And it looked like Gabe White from Mount Lebanon in lane 8 may have turned third ahead of Baldwin's Kevin Weber. At the 50, it's Matthew Klepchik, your leader. He's out 28.64. Andrew Murray second, 29.94. Gabe White 31.09. Kevin Weber 34.07. And Philip Pegger 37.61. .75 in, and it's Matthew Klepchik leading. About a body length ahead of Andrew Murray now. And Matthew's going to touch the wall. He's going to finish first. 59.30. Nice swim for Matthew Klepchik. Andrew Murray second, 102.36. Gabe White third, 105.52. Baldwin's Kevin Weber is going to finish fourth, 111.11. And Philip Pegger from Baldwin will finish fifth, 118.16. Next event is the boys 100 breaststroke. Swimming for Baldwin in lane 2, Andrew Barrett, and in lane 3, Evan Stokes. Swimming for Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Christian Connell, lane 7, Caspian Riebel, and in lane 8, Michael Famoso. Boys are on the block for a 100-yard breaststroke. Off the start, it looked like Baldwin's Evan Stokes was the leader. But at the 25, it's Christian Connell from Mount Lebanon, just touching ahead of Evan. Those two swimmers are 1-2. And at the 50, it's going to be Mount Lebanon's Christian Connell getting to the wall first. He's out 31-7. Evan Stokes second from Baldwin. Third from Mount Lebanon, Caspian Riebel. Fourth from Mount Lebanon, Michael Famoso. And fifth from Baldwin, Andrew Barrett. Christian maintains his lead at the wall at 75. And it looked like Caspian moved ahead of Evan for second. Mount Lebanon 1-2 right now, it appears, with less than 25 to go. Christian's going to touch the wall first, 106.80. Second, it's Caspian Riebel from Mount Lebanon, 108.93. Third from Baldwin, Evan Stokes, 110.87. Fourth from Mount Lebanon, Michael Famoso, 118.30. And finishing fifth, as he passes under the flags, that's Andrew Barrett from Baldwin, 127.26. The last event for the boys tonight is the 400 freestyle relay. Swimming from Mount Lebanon in lane 6, the team of Klepchik, Turdascu, Capetta, and Frank. In 7, Burton, Stilley, Mead, and Lee. And in 8, Frank, Chung, DeWitt, and Riebel. Baldwin doesn't have any teams in the 400 free relay. Boys are on the blocks. Each swimmer will swim 4 laps of the pool freestyle. Looked like Jacob lost his goggles on the start. That's Andrew Klepchik in 6. He's out. He's your leader. He's going to turn 24-9. Down in lane 8, that's Ryan Frank, 27-11. Jacob, his goggles definitely around his neck, turned at 30.28. Second swimmers are getting on the block. In lane 6, it's Turdascu, lane 7, Stilley, and lane 8, Chung. Andrew Klepchik touched first, 51-13. Ryan Frank, 55-74. And Jacob, 103.01. Andre did his first 50, 24-2. Let's see, in lane 7, that was Bill Stilley, 25-48. And in lane 8, Weston Chung, 34-38. Third swimmers, Capetta, Mead, and DeWitt. We're on the, our lead swimmer in lane 6 is on the third lap of the third leg. Fourth swimmers are now getting on the blocks. In lane 6, it's going to be Frank. In lane 7, it's going to be Lee. And in lane 8, it's going to be Riebel. That's Connor Frank in 6th. Ken Lee in 7 will be the next swimmer in the water. And then it'll be Caspian Rebel in 8. Connor out in 24-28. Kenneth Lee's first 50 was 26.4. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 6 finishes up 3:26.09. Let's see, and then lane 8, Caspian's first 50, 26.85. Mount Lebanon's team in lane 7 finishes 3:53.52. And their team in lane 8 finishes 4:06.61. There's going to be a warm down, and the divers are going to be up next. We have 4 divers from Baldwin: Aubrey Hurley, and from Mount Lebanon, Alexia Young, Peyton Matlick, and Liam Smith. There's a 20-minute warm-up period, warm-down period for the swimmers, warm-up period for the divers. We should be back with diving at about 6:50. What's the order? Hey, good job. Okay, the officials have given the divers their instructions, and we're going to be starting here. First up tonight will be Alexa Young from Mount Lebanon. Her first dive is a 201A back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. As soon as the officials are seated and ready to go, we will start the diving portion of tonight's meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the diving portion of this afternoon's meet. Our first diver is Alexa Young from Mount Lebanon. Alexa's first dive will be dive number 201A, back dive, straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7.
Judges' scores for Alexa's first dive tonight. Five, 4.5, 5. Total score of 24.65. Our second diver is Abby Hurley from Baldwin. She's doing a 202A back dive, 1 somersault in the straight position. Degree of difficulty 1.7. Scores for Abby's first dive. 6, 6, 6.5, score of 31.45. Our first male diver tonight is Peyton from Mount Lebanon. Peyton's first dive is a 201A back dive in the straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Scores for Peyton's first dive. Three and a half, 3, and 3.5. Total score is 17. Our fourth diver is Liam Smith. His first dive is a 202A, back 1 somersault straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges' scores for Liam's first dive. 5, 4.5, and 5. Score of 24.65. Alexa begins our second round of diving. Her second dive is a 202B, back 1 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Alexis's dive score, two, 3, and 1.5, 10.40, bringing her total tonight to 35.05. Abby's second dive is a 203C, back 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.0. Judges scores for Abby's second dive. 3.5, 2.5, 4. Dive score of 20. Her total so far tonight, 51.45. Peyton's second dive is a 202A, back 1 somersault. In the straight position, 1.7. Scores for Peyton's second dive. 4.5, 5, and 5. Dive score of 24.65. His 2-round total, 41.65. Liam's second dive is a 102B forward dive, 1 somersault in the pike position. Degree of difficulty, 1.5. Judges scores for Liam's second dive. 3, 2, and 2. Dive score of 10.50. His 2-round total, 35.15. We go to round 3. Alexis's third dive is a 401B inward dive in the pike position. Degree of difficulty, 1.5. Scores for Alexis's third dive. 5.5, 4.5, and 5.5. Dive score of 23.25. Her 3-round total, 58.30. Abby's third dive is a 5.223D. Back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twist in the free position. Degree of difficulty, 2.3. Judges scores for Abby's third dive. 5, 5, and 5. Dive score of 34.5. Her 3-round total, 85.95. Peyton begins the boys' third round with a 5.223D. Back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twist in the free position. Degree of difficulty, 2.3. Judges scores for Peyton's third dive. 5. After some deliberation, it's 3.5, 4.5, and 3.5. Dive score of 26.45. His 3-round total, 68.10. Liam concludes the third round of diving with a 103C forward, 1 1/2 somersault in the tuck position. Degree of difficulty, 1.6. Judges scores for Liam's third dive. 4.5, 5, and 4.5. Dive total of 22.40. His 3-round total 57.55. Alexis begins the 4th round with a 102C, forward 1 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.5. Judges scores for Alexa's 4th dive. 5, 5, and 5.5. Dive score of 23.25 for 4-round total 81.55. Abby's 4th dive is a 402C inward dive, 1 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. And that was a failed dive. So Abby's 4-round total 85.95. Peyton's 4th dive is a 401C inward dive in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.4. Scores for Peyton's 4th dive. 4, 4.5, and 4. Dive score of 17.50. His 4-round total 85.60. Liam's fourth dive is a 302C reverse dive, 1 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges scores for Liam's 4th dive. 5, 5, 5.5. Dive score of 24.80. His 4-round total 82.35. Alexa begins the 5th round tonight with a 5-1-2-1D forward dive, 1 somersault with a half twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Scores for Alexa's 5th dive. 5, 4.5, 4.5. Dive score of 23.80. Her 5-round total 105.35. Abby's 5th dive is a 103B forward 1.5 somersault in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Judges scores for Abby's 5th dive. 4.5, 4.5, 5.5. Dive score of 24.65. Her 5-round total 110.60. Peyton's 5th dive is a 102C forward dive, 1 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.4. Scores for Peyton's fifth dive. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Score of 18.90. His 5-round total, 104.50. Liam's fifth dive is a 401B inward dive in the pike position, degree of difficulty 1.5. Judges' scores for Liam's fifth dive. 5, 5, 4.5. Dive score of 21.75. His 5-round total, 104.10. Alexa's last dive tonight is a 103C forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Alexa's final dive. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. Dive score of 21.60. Her total tonight, 126.95. Baldwin's Abby's final dive is a 104C forward 2 somersaults in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Judges' scores for Abby's final dive tonight. 7, 6, 6.5. Dive score 42.90. Her total tonight 153.50. Peyton's final dive tonight is a 103C forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. Judges' scores for Peyton's final dive tonight. 4.5, 4.5, 4. Dive score of 20.80. His total tonight, 125.30. And Liam will conclude the diving tonight with his sixth dive, a 5-1-2-2D forward dive, 1 somersault, 1 twist in the free position, degree of difficulty 1.9. And judges' scores for Liam's final dive. 2, 4.5, and 3.5. Dive score of 19, bringing his total score tonight to 123.10. That'll conclude tonight's meet. We'll be back next Thursday night when Mount Lebanon hosts Bethel Park. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next Thursday.